Welcome to Daily E. I'm Fernanda Abdulnoor. As stated on E! News, the Oscars always comes full of excitement, as the show is known to be Hollywood's biggest night of the year. But the 2018 Oscars are taking it a step further, following the announcement of the nominations on Tuesday morning. This year's show is already making headlines for some massive first records, rare feats, and so much more. For example, Get Out director and screenwriter Jordan Peele made history with his 3 nominations, while Lady Bird director and screenwriter Greta Gerwig also broke records for her 2 nods. And they're far from being the only ones to do so. Here are 10 interesting stats about the 2018 Oscars. Gerwig is the first female director to land a Best Director nomination for her directorial debut with Lady Bird. She's also become the 5th woman to be nominated for Best Director in the history of the Oscars. And while we're talking girl power, this marks just the 2nd time in Oscar history that 3 women are nominated for Best Original Screenplay. Gerwig with Lady Bird, Emily V. Gordon on The Big Sick, and Vanessa Taylor with Guillermo del Toro on The Shape of Water. Rachel Morrison became the first and only woman to ever be nominated for Best Cinematography for her work on Mudbound. Mudbound director Dee Rees became the 2nd African-American woman to receive a screenwriting nomination after Suzanne de Pass for Lady Sings the Blues in 1972. In more Mudbound news, Mary J. Blige became the first woman to be nominated for Best Supporting Actress and Best Original Song in the same year. Get Out director Peele earned 3 nominations for Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Original Screenplay. This makes him the 3rd person in Oscars history to earn nods in all 3 categories for a directional debut and the 1st African-American to do so. Peele is the 5th African-American to earn a Best Director nomination in the history of the Oscars. If he wins, he could make history as the 1st ever African-American director to take home the coveted award. Get Out is also the 1st album released in February to be nominated for the Oscars since 1991's The Silence of the Lambs. Most Oscar-contending films are released in the fall. And also, The Shape of Water's Octavia Spencer received a nomination for Best Supporting Actress, giving her a total of 3 Oscar nominations in the history of her career. Thus, she's now tied with Viola Davis as the most nominated African-American actress of all time. Which nominee do you think will take home the coveted award? Watch E's live from the red carpet on 2018's Oscar special on Sunday evening, March 4th. Thank you for tuning in to Daily E!